Thank you for your testimony. Nick Watkins?
Good afternoon. My name is Nick Watkins, and I'm the president of the George Washington University Students for Sensible Drug Policy. Today I would like to use this platform to discuss the effects that marijuana prohibition has had on students and urge the council to implement policies that would establish legal, regulated markets for marijuana. Anybody that lives on a university campus can tell you that alcohol and drug use is rampant on campus. What they may not know, however, is how disproportionately harsh marijuana use is punished compared to alcohol use. Potential arrest, expulsion, and/or the loss of financial aid or housing can devastate the lives of young people, especially those from working-class families. Even the threat of these punishments alone can induce fear and paranoia among students. Our current policies simply do not consider the long-term prosperity of students, and instead further marginalize and oppress the powerless. For these policies to change, we need to fundamentally change our attitude towards marijuana. Our culture is a very backward way of thinking when it comes to marijuana use, especially in our universities. The unequal treatment of the two drugs tells students that once they are of age, their drug of choice should be alcohol, a considerably more dangerous substance than marijuana. We have a culture that endorses binge drinking, but condemns the use of marijuana. At many universities, if an underage student is caught with alcohol, or even sent to the hospital for alcohol poisoning, the only disciplinary action that is taken is compulsory alcohol education class. When the student turns 21, they are free to use alcohol to their heart's consent. However, if a student is found to be in possession of even the smallest amounts of marijuana, the punishments can threaten the student's academic and financial career. Many students over 21 prefer the safer alternative marijuana provides, but are encouraged to use alcohol because of its legal status. By taxing and regulating marijuana, we give college students over 21 a safer and legal alternative to drinking alcohol. We have all seen the damage that alcohol can do. For students, it is impossible to ignore the sound of ambulances taking their intoxicated peers to the emergency room every weekend. We constantly hear about alcohol-induced instances of violence or sexual assault, and yet it is marijuana we are punished for. Is it not time we question why our culture condones alcohol use but condemns and criminalizes those who use marijuana? College students no longer believe the dated reefer madness propaganda. College students know that marijuana is far safer than alcohol and want to use the drug responsibly. But as long as our culture does not change, we will continue to suffer. And for the culture to change, our laws must first change. As a college student, many of our laws and policies currently in place were implemented before I was even born. These policies have hurt my generation, and it is no wonder that millennials have been at the forefront of the fight against the war on drugs. I hope that you will consider the damaging consequences that prohibition has had on the youth of the DC community and all over the country. DC can be a champion of new, bold policies to bring about a cultural shift and promote the safety and well-being of youth. I urge you to support the Marijuana Legalization and Regulation Act of 2013. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to address any questions you may have.